Michael Cera meets Les Grossman, a surreal encounter with Tom Cruise's wildest character. Meeting Tom Cruise is, for most actors, a career milestone. But for Michael Cera, it wasn't just a meeting. It was a crash course in Cruise's legendary intensity, all wrapped in the absurd, chaotic, and foul-mouthed persona of Les Grossman, the over-the-top movie mogul from Tropic Thunder. What unfolded during their brief interaction on the 2010 MTV Movie Awards set became an unforgettable, bizarre, and hilariously awkward Hollywood moment. It all started when Cera was invited to shoot a pre-taped segment for the awards show, where Cruise was reprising his fan-favorite role of Les Grossman. The character, introduced in Ben Stiller's 2008 satire Tropic Thunder, is a larger-than-life studio executive known for explosive tirades, a grotesque dance routine, and his oddly compelling charisma. Cruise had stunned audiences with his transformation, prosthetic hands, balding head, and a performance that was equal parts shocking and hilarious. It earned him a Golden Globe nomination and redefined what audiences thought they knew about him. Fast forward to 2010. The MTV Movie Awards producers wanted to ride the wave of Les Grossman's popularity, and Cruise agreed to shoot several comedic segments. The idea was simple. Les Grossman would interact with various celebrities in chaotic, rapid-fire skits. Among those roped into the madness was Michael Cera. On the Louis Theroux podcast, Cera recounted what happened with a mixture of awe, disbelief, and laughter. Tom Cruise did one where he was playing his character from Tropic Thunder, the movie mogul guy, he explained. They were shooting all day these little clips of him and that character interacting with various people coming in and out, and I came in, and I did a little moment with him on that. What Cera hadn't expected, however, was that Tom Cruise, even while deep in character as Les Grossman, runs the set like a general commanding troops. I was really there for like 5 minutes, Cera recalled, but what I observed was he was like the first AD on the set. I mean, he was such a leader. Cera had barely set foot on set when the surrealism kicked in. While chatting quietly with the segment's writer, some 40 feet away from the active shoot, he found himself the subject of an unexpected Cruise outburst. Or rather, a Grossman outburst. They were in the middle of a take, and Cruise looks at me. I've never met him, and he goes, "Is that Michael Cera talking during a fucking take?" Cera recounted, laughing. He was joking, but it was also like, "Dude, shut up, you know?" But so surreal. It was a moment suspended between comedy and caution. Cruise, fully immersed in the aggressive bravado of Les Grossman, managed to land the line with such conviction that Cera wasn't entirely sure whether it was a gag or a genuine call-out. That's the genius of Cruise's commitment. Even when he's joking, the intensity is unmistakably real. Later that day, Cera finally met Cruise face-to-face. The actor, still riding the high of the earlier moment, doubled down with a dry comeback. Then I met him, and he is like, talking during a fucking take. I knew he was playing around, so I was like, "Hey man, it wasn't me. It was the writer." He was like, I'm kidding. And I was like, "I'm kidding too." The interaction became a strange Hollywood fever dream, like stepping into a satire within a satire. Here was mild-mannered Michael Cera, the embodiment of awkward charm, facing off with a coked-up fictional executive portrayed by one of the most famously intense actors of all time. But the story doesn't end there. Cruise's turn as Les Grossman has had a lasting cultural afterglow, and rumors of a standalone Les Grossman movie have bubbled up over the years. Cruise's longtime collaborator, Christopher McQuarrie, recently stoked those flames when he appeared on the Happy Sad Confused podcast and revealed that he and Cruise are still seriously considering bringing Grossman back to the big screen. "The conversations we've had about Les Grossman are so fucking funny," McQuarrie teased. "We're talking about it, we're having very serious conversations about it, and how best to do it. It ultimately comes down to what that character is." In a Hollywood landscape dominated by safe franchises and sanitized studio fare, a Les Grossman movie would be a bold swing back into absurdist, unapologetic satire. And if it happens, you can bet Cruise will bring the same level of commitment, leadership, and maybe a few more mid-scene callouts. For Cera, The memory of that bizarre day remains both hilarious and humbling. He entered a set expecting a skit, and instead walked into the surreal vortex of Tom Cruise's method acting brilliance, all under the unblinking eyes of Les Grossman. One thing's for sure, no one forgets the day Les Grossman yelled at them. Not even Cera.